I was actually fine with the fact that I wasn't turning into like Trina and Tori from Victorious, where Trina had to get her wisdom teeth out and Tori was supposed to take care of her. That's how basically my sister and I were going back and forth on. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been gone for a while, but I just had to say I've been gone for about maybe a couple of weeks or so because there's a reason. If you guys have followed me on my Snapchat, I actually got my wisdom teeth out. I actually got 4 of them out, and the recovery was awful. You would not believe how I looked like. I am so thankful that I didn't even bother to take a picture. I looked horrible. I looked like a chipmunk. I'm basically here to give you guys the video about it. You guys will be seeing the video of my journey through that in a bit. But I just want to tell you how the aftermath and recovery I basically was. So yes, it would be like a short halfway story time that I'm going to be explaining, even though like what's the point of telling you guys a full story even though I have video of it. So we're going to stop and start off with the basic, which is once I got the teeth out. So the minute I got them out, my mother and my sister were there, and while we were just heading over to the car, and I just couldn't feel the bottom of my mouth. Now, what I want to tell you guys is that I did not go through anesthesia or any laughing gas or any kind of medicine like they were going to make me to like wooze myself or like make me fall asleep. Like, no, they didn't do that. For some reason in New Jersey, they don't provide you for that. And I just got really mad. I really wanted to be knocked out. I just didn't want to like be fully awake, have the dentist being staring into my eyes as he's basically drilling out my teeth. And the sad part is that I couldn't keep them. I left 4 bones that were in my mouth. I left them to a dentist. I don't even know what he's doing with them. He's gonna probably maybe make a clone out of me. What they basically did was just numb my mouth. So basically they injected me like 8 times with this numbing thing. They basically numbed my mouth. So like they injected me top to bottom on my mouth, and I just couldn't feel it. I couldn't talk well. Of course you weren't gonna talk because you can't feel anything, and it was just horrible because once the numbing left, I was able to feel everything, and it hurted, but it didn't hurt to the point like I wanted to die, but like it hurted. We got home and everything was starting to like come back. Like I was able to feel everything. I was able to feel how the doctors like opened up my mouth. They basically got an X-Acto knife and like cut up open, and they just put something in there and just pull them out. I was able to feel that when I got home. So I wasn't supposed to eat for 2 hours, not have nothing in my mouth. And I was just basically, it was really fine with me because like I was gonna have the rest of the weekend off because I got my wisdom teeth out on Thursday, and so I was gonna have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to recover, and maybe Monday or Tuesday. My journey through that recovery, about those few days, were awful. Like, just horrendous. Like, some other videos can explain to you guys, but I wasn't allowed to have solids. So I wasn't supposed to have nothing crunchy or like something that would make my jaw basically move a lot. I was on a liquid diet. I had to drink a lot of soup. I had to have a lot of soup. I ended up eating a bunch of yogurts, Jello, Powerade, Gatorade, and a bunch of water. I was supposed to actually have ice packs in my mouth, and I just couldn't. And I was thankful that my sister was there to take care of me because sadly my mom was always working. I was actually fine with the fact that I wasn't turning into like Trina and Tori from Victorious, where Trina had to get her wisdom teeth out and Tori was supposed to take care of her. That's how basically my sister and I were going back and forth on. The dentist said that I was supposed to have something cold in my mouth, which means like either a popsicle or ice cream. And I only had 1 box of popsicles, and I couldn't have any more because sadly my mom decided not to. I don't basically eat meat, so it was fine that I wasn't gonna eat anything crunchy or chewy or anything that would make my jaw move. But I was only able to have mashed potatoes and potato soup. Not only because I was having potato soup and mashed potatoes, but the fact that it did not taste good with the mixture of blood and like my taste buds basically going everywhere. That was the worst thing. I didn't even know how I was gonna survive on that. I was thankful enough that I can finally eat, but I still am a bit swollen through my mouth. Second day of my recovery, I was actually doing worse because I wake up and my mouth is basically bleeding. Like, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't brush my teeth. I was just basically disgusted. The third day, it was getting a little better, but yet it was still worse because I was able to brush my teeth, but I wasn't able to have nothing in my mouth. That sounded wrong. I was only supposed to have potato soup. I had potato soup for 2 days, and then I moved on to mashed potatoes for the next other day. Like, my mom would basically make a meal for her and my sister, and I would be there just staring at them as I'm eating potato soup, which I was growing so tired of because it was just nasty. Don't get me wrong, I love potato soup, but like, just eating it every day is just nasty. The fourth day came, and I was finally able to eat a little bit something more thick, and I had more of like yogurt because this was the time when my mother was then giving me yogurt, and then I was having Jello, and I was just eating that, and I was like the best because I wasn't able to have sugar. If you don't know me, I am obsessed with sweets. Like, I love them so much, and it hurt me so badly that I couldn't have it for those few weeks, for the week that I was recovering. So having yogurt and Jello was like a savior, even though I wanted more and I couldn't have it. I was also wanting something cold in my mouth, not just ice packs, but I needed something cold, and the popsicles, we ran out, so I wanted ice cream so badly. And yet my mother didn't bother to buy me it. On the fourth day, it was Monday, so I couldn't go to school because I was still swollen. So of course I had that excuse, but I was just wanting to leave my house because I was basically in bed rest. I didn't want to move. I couldn't lift up anything heavy. Because that was everything that the doctors were telling me. Like, I couldn't do nothing. I had to be on bed rest. So it was that bad. But I was able to move, but like, it just, they told me not to. On the next day when I was going to school, like, everybody was like a little worried because like, how was I gonna eat and everything. Like, I was able to chew a bit, but it just hurted, and I wasn't able to smile. Because like, I love smiling, I really do, but just feeling it, even if I can feel it right now, I just can't smile well anymore because it just hurt. If you were in that situation where you just couldn't really move your mouth well, and I was basically a talker. I talk in school a lot, and I just couldn't say anything. I couldn't like speak well or just anything. Like, my mouth was just hurting so badly. I wanted an ice pack. The other day, which was a Wednesday, I was doing fine. Everything was going well. I was able to chew a little bit one by one on a sandwich that I was able to eat, but I just wanted something else. Like, I needed more. I needed something else. Like, my jaw wasn't working well. I had to talk with, which was supposed to like work on my jaw reflex, even if it hurted. So I had to like watch my sister do her homework, and I was trying to talk to her. I was like this and that and that and this. Like, I was basically telling her a lot of things that I didn't even know what I was talking about. I was trying to I was basically talking to her about stories that I was listening to on audio, because while I was resting, I was basically all I was doing was basically like listening to audio, playing best feeds, and like working on Wattpad. And for all of you guys that don't know, I don't use Audible. I don't use any kind of other. I actually use an app which basically communicates with your local library, and they give you the audiobooks that they have, which is called Libby, and I want to give you guys a shout out, but Libby isn't sponsoring this video, sadly. But that's what I've been listening to. I've been listening to After. I've been listening to All the Boys I Loved Before. I've been listening to Stephen King's It, and I was listening to Love, Simon. I did not really talk much about what the rest of the days were, how my mouth was basically doing, but I was finally able to talk. I was finally able to eat. Like, I don't eat meat. I don't need to work on my jaw reflex that much, but I was actually thankful I could eat something like chips or vegetables, like raw vegetables, not the hard-boiled ones. Pasta, I was able to eat those things. Like, I was able to like be so much in pain. I'm still in pain when I chew, but at least I'm able to eat something that isn't mashed potatoes or potato soup. Now, my advice to this, like getting your wisdom teeth out, is not painful, and it's not how you guys are wanting it from the state or wherever you're living in. They give you anesthesia or laughing gas or any kind of medicine that would basically knock you out. You're basically, it's just maybe like, who knows, like 3 minutes of taking them out, because like it was easy to get mine out. The first one, actually, they took it out in like 2 seconds. Like they just cut it open and just yanked it out. They're like, okay, first one's out. And I'm like, what? Though the last one, the doctor basically was about to yank it out. He was about to put his hand on my shoulder in order to yank it because it wasn't coming out. So I know this is a little TMI, but yeah, there was a bunch of blood. And you guys will be seeing that in the video in a bit. The dentist man did not want my sister to film as they're like drilling me and, you know, cutting me open and stuff like that. It sounds wrong, but he did not want that. He wanted, like, he just said that it's not how in their like office, they don't want it that way. So instead she took a few pictures, which I'll show you guys in a bit. And there's a small video before the procedure happened. So without further ado, here's the video and the pictures that I'm going to be showing you guys what happened and how I was basically almost dying.
Okay, so can't feel anything. She almost fell. You know what? Bells are ringing? No.
Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, click the subscribe button, click the bell, and make sure to share this with your friends. Comment down below if you guys really did find this interesting. If not, oh well. But I just want to say, guys, that Christmas is here and I'm very happy, and sadly I'm not doing Vlogmas. If you guys want to see more Vlogmas week, come to my sister's channel. Links down below. And I hope you guys have a good holiday. See you guys in another video.